These are 10 of my favorite hunts in 10 minutes, so let's get it going. This was my biggest buck yet. It was December 26th, the start of muzzleloader season, and freezing cold. So cold that you go from Chief 1 hung low to Aunt Sharon real quick. This late in the year, Starboy didn't even want the poon. He wanted the corn. And when I say he wanted it, he came out within 30 minutes of being in the blind. As Starboy drew closer and closer, my trigger finger was ready, but the camera battery died because of the cold. No shot on camera, but I didn't miss Starboy. Bingo, bango, here he is. What a beaut. Up next is the buck I took down with Greg Paul. This hunt was faster than I am with your mom. I had filmed this buck the week before, and I knew he'd be a potential harvest. After a little back and forth on whether we should put this big boy down, Greg decided it was time to send it. Clean shot, the deer dropped after a 4-second sprint, and there he was, dead in the field. Which brings me to Obam 1. Right after we recovered Greg's buck, we headed back to the blind, hoping for a miracle. Not too much later that same night, my boy Obam 1 came out, munching on corn and looking for some poon.
I might be losing him soon if he gets in the dark part of the window.
That doe had him all worked up and led him right into shooting distance. He was thinking with the wrong head, but I was thinking with my trigger finger, and I let it fly.
No fucking look, he dropped right there. He dropped right there. He dropped right there.
Let's talk about the hunt for Jim Beam. This was a deer I had a 3-year relationship with. He went from nice to boner to full-blown mega boner in those 3 years. This was the only time I saw him in his mega boner glory, and it's a hunt I'll never forget. He strutted around like he owned the place, and honestly, he kind of did. Sadly, he was the only deer I saw that morning. He never came into range, and I never got to lay eyes on him again. So now, all I can do is pray to the deer gods that Jim Beam laid the pipe before disappearing, and I'll be chasing baby Jim Beamers in the future. Early season deer hunting can either leave you wondering why you even got out of bed, or turn into the kind of hunt that gets your blood pumping and your pants a little tighter. And this one was the latter. Bucks were everywhere. First, Racky D strutted out like he was starring in a deer porno, and then Ferris Bueller showed up, only to ghost me the rest of the season. I saw so many bucks that night, and I haven't had a hunt like that since. Maybe this year, the deer gods will finally give me another night like this. We shall see. Okay, so you remember the buck Starboy from earlier? Well, what if I told you I saw him the year prior? Yep, that's him. I saw him the first morning of rifle season, quite literally strolling across this cut bean field before he disappeared out of my life. Well, that was until that afternoon. Deer 30 hit, and there he was, looking as big and bonerific as ever. And so you know what I did? Licked my lips, put the finger on the trigger, only to blow 7 feet over his back. Because I get nervous and get the boils. I shoot again, hit him, but never found blood. Good to know he survived. This is the deer that makes my heart throb more than any other. Racky D's. You beautiful bastard, you. I poured so much time and effort into this deer that I still can't believe I didn't end up tagging him. But Racky taught me a lot. I saw him 2 hunts in a row, and each time he came so close to getting his testes tagged by Morris D's. But the closest I came was the night he decided to hightail it away from me, and he ended up getting harvested by someone else. Talk about a heartbreak. So after Racky D's sack hit the dirt, I was down and dirty. But it took no time at all for Titus to come into my life and had me feeling like a hard-on. He came out in the corn looking for the poon, and he put on a show. This is one of my favorite hunts ever, and he's my largest buck with the old arrow. And I will say he will be a tough one to surpass, but who knows? Maybe I can get lucky again this year. Next up is one of my all-time favorite hunts because it was my sister's first bone dog. The year before, we came so close to taking down a buck we named King Titty, but old Shelly Don got cold feet and couldn't pull the trigger. Fast forward to this season, and we had our sights set on a deer we called Scooby-Doo. That night he came out, working a scrape line, moving in slow, and finally wandered into shooting range. This time my sister didn't hesitate. She smoke showed him, and the rest is history.
Oh, you smoked him, Sheldon.
I got him.
You drilled him.
To finish this list off, it's probably one of my favorite hunts in a long time. My last doe season. I saw so many bone dogs that night while trying to shoot the poon. First up was this buck with a little drooper. I still need a name for him, so drop your ideas in the comments. Then there was this beautiful 10-pointer, and even Peeping Tom Riddle decided to make an appearance. up tagging 3 does that night, and if I can close out this season the same way, it's gonna be a good one. Make sure you subscribe to see how it all goes down. Yeehaw!